So many books, so little time. Busy, 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 busy. I just really like making these. All right, so a little history of this one. Um, it is what it is. Oh, I have heard that over and over and over again during 2020 and 2021, more than I can ever remember hearing that line before. And so here comes a book that it is what it is, but it isn't. Not your ordinary aliens adult coloring book. There's the back. For adults, strange aliens to color. All right, so here we're going to take a look inside of this. And the copyright stuff, but I always try to put something to do there. This. Okay, so I started. So here's what it is. I really needed an outlet. I've been doing aliens because Earthlings are driving me crazy at this point in time in my life. So suddenly I'm just getting all these aliens. Well, I posted a my big alien book, which of course I won't be able to find. All right, this book. This book ended up coming up in a category on Amazon that was a little unusual. And for a few days there, it was in #1 new release. But it was neck and neck with another book that was all about taking care of your penis. And it was a funny little book. And it was under a coloring book category. So, of course, I had to look and see if there were pictures to color. There weren't. But the table of contents were funny. Well, someone who has bought a lot of my books wrote a comment about, well, you should make a book like this. And I thought, you know what? I probably will. Yeah, I had to give the penis book a run for its money. I mean, one of the table of contents in it is why do I wake up with a Woody? I just $11.99, and I can't remember the title, but at some point in time, I will be buying that book. I really will, just for the table of contents, and because of the fact that I'm a woman and I don't have one, and I'm interested in that point of view, and it really looks like an interesting book. So anyhow, that put the idea in my head, and so what we have are kind of phallic aliens here, but they can be turned, and this is a look inside the book sample, and it is categorized under adult coloring, but I also see them kind of as butthead butthead aliens. I don't know. The book is $5, $5, because it's just plain silly, and I was very, my knee went crazy, and I couldn't walk, and I couldn't move, and I was stuck at my desk for 3 hours. And so I just worked on my equipment and quickly came up with these crazy guys. And they are silly and they are fun. And I will admit that as I colored them, I laughed. They just made me laugh. They're just funny. And you can play around with them and kind of change them, tame them down a little bit. So you knew what they were, maybe, but maybe no one else will. So I don't know. I don't know why I do half the things I do, but I really had a fun time making this silly book. So here they are. And they have an Eddie Munster look to them. Oh, now are you going to shine like that too much? Move your light around. It's a real fancy LED light from Walmart. Yeah, yeah. All right. The bad guy. Not the bad, B-A-D, but the B-A-T guy. That he just looks to me like a bad. And I've just started playing around with this. I have so much to color, so little time. All right, now you might be able to see it a little bit more if you're looking at it. And here he's surrounded by, I don't know, maybe they're molecules, maybe they're snowflakes. I don't care. I just had a good time drawing them. And him. I turned him into a strawberry. I added hair here, a swirl, played with the crayons, played with the markers. These two they make me smile. I don't know what it is about them. They just make me smile. And maybe I just enjoy emasculating something. I'm not really sure. You can see how marker will bleed through. And that's why I back it in black, because I do try to put a piece of paper behind there, but I often forget because I'm just coloring for the fun of it. And I do it a lot. So um, it's called a bleed through, in case you don't know that part of it. But I just find this to be, and then there's this guy. This guy just, I'm in love with this one. If I had any room on my walls, he'd probably get framed. And he's going to lead to another book yet. My last alien book, I promise. I'm done with the aliens. I have one more book in me, and I know what's in there, and I have to get it out. Um, I think being artistic is that sometimes it's like taking a good poop. All right, sometimes you just have to get it out of you. And I know I'm going to do a another one of him, um, but add some blank signs so that I will put a few words in there, and I will leave a couple pages blank. And I also have decided that I want to do the Debbie Challenge book, where I give you maybe 10 of the same thing, and you have to push and say, okay, well, now I'm going to do them in orange. How many different ways can you do that? And that is a really good thing. When I was working with students who were very challenged, they had some serious issues. The toughest part, and they couldn't read, and they were like 14, 15, 16 years old, and they were really busy trying to cover up the simple fact that they couldn't read anything. And when I went to a store outside of New Orleans and everything was written in Chinese, I had a feeling, I knew what it was like not to be able to read. And it is really not an easy life. So I worked with them and I taught them that, sometimes we do the same thing over and over and over again, but change it a little bit or just keep working on it. And then I paved the way to actually being able to teach them to read because I had to repair the damage that was done for feeling like a failure. Um, so I am going to put out a book where really the whole book is about how many different ways can you color this. And you don't have to print it off because paper is expensive. Ink is not cheap. For $5, the book is a much better deal, especially if you happen to have Amazon Prime and you get free shipping. So here I changed it just a tiny bit. How it looks when it's on white, how it looks when it's on black. I just think he's the cutest little pecker alien I've ever seen. I do. He's so cute. And I really want to put like a fish tank in there. I'm not sure what I want to do, so I left it alone. I use the Fila, Feela highlighters because they're just so darn easy to work with. And within seconds, you're just finished. Got a little debris in there. Better finish off his ear with this. I may never get it right. And I played around with some pre-made backgrounds, which I'm going to go play with that too, because a lot of this is about me just playing around. Whatever happens, happens. I think I am going to put fish in there. I'm not sure. Gumballs. A lot of times I put eyeballs in there because I just like eyeballs. There's something about eyeballs I like. I'm not sure. Could be full of flowers, but I have a second chance at it. Here he is a little bit lighter. The lighter the background and more to play with. Just a nice, funny little book of it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do with them. Just relax, unwind, walk away from the stress of your life. And no matter what age you're at, coloring can really be something. And I've worked with people who had grown people with serious problems. And it took a while, but once they got it, they'd tell me months later, Debbie, I don't go anywhere without my little tote with what you've given me to color. And that was before I even knew how to make the books. And my crayons or my markers. And when it starts, I just take the book out and I start coloring because you're right. It does help me cope with what's going wrong in my crazy little head. So that's a nice thing to know. And it really does work. I look at these guys. They're so bright and bold and fun. They're just fun. I don't know if I think I clicked on this. Let me put this in here. I try to remember to put the link in, and I don't know what I'm doing. Pace. I have a huge number of books to get on here in my entire stained glass collection, and there's a lot of books. It's a lot of work, a lot of enter. It's now 3:57 in the morning. Most human beings where I live are asleep. I don't. I like the night. I like to sleep during the day. That that is also very common with people who are creatively cursed. Artists are many are nocturnal, and few are successful. That's okay too, monetarily. Look at these two dudes. I think they need to go see a doctor. Is there a doctor in the shop? Yeah, I don't know, but they're just comical. This stuff I added, and I was showing this in some of that. Now you just can't not see what he is. When I was in a college class at some point in time, and they introduced us to phallic symbols, I mean, you can't. He's just right out there. I don't know if I can change him around. I haven't tried yet. And then he appears in a really strange shade combination to play around with, to get your ink pens out, to doodle over, to just screw them up. I don't. It just therapy. And then here they come. Yeah, if it's a reflection of how I feel about things, it's pretty obvious. This book was printed in Texas. If you're in the region where they're shipping Texas books, this only happens out of the printing place in Texas. They just don't get their inking process correct. Everywhere else I get books from, I don't have a problem, and I don't really care, and I don't want to have to deal with the whole contact them, return it, and I know I really ought to, and it's on the list of to do. I need to once again contact Amazon and say you really need to get behind whatever's going out, coming out of Texas, because those people are falling far short, and this would tick off a person that's a serious human being. I just live with it. I live with so much crazy imperfection that I don't really care. If it was really horrible, I might turn it back. At one point in time, the computer of somebody I know got a book that in the middle of it came some serious porn, and somehow it slipped. You could see how that is. Yeah, they would send me a copy for free, but I don't care. However, if you get a book where you get white streaks in there, contact Amazon. Chances are they're just going to tell you to keep the book, and they'll try to send you a better one. Yeah, you go ahead and try. Fix your problem. Okay, I like this one. I wish there was a song about this one, because he's a little pecker on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. I don't ever claim to be totally right. No, I'm not. But I enjoy me. So, you know what? When all is said and done, another overused. And the end of the day. Oh, every time I hear somebody say at the end of the day, I just roll my eyes. My eyes are getting such a workout. 2020 and 2021 eyeball workout. I forgot to turn off my other microphone. It does sort of help take the tinniness out of the sound. All of this crazy stuff. But in his own little way, he's kind of cute. And you could turn those into shoes. You could, if you're worried about the grandkids or your own kids getting a hold of your books. But there are a lot of adult books out there in the world, and they're out there for, I guess, a reason. They do sell very well, actually. Not mine, but look at him. I just really just want to take a crack at him. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, but I know I'm going to enjoy doing it, because what the hell? What the hell? You can make mistakes all along the way, but when it comes to a $5 book, who cares? Just get out whatever you own and scribble over the guy. Turn him into something. Make him Mr. Evil. Make him Mr. Happy. And they don't normally have mouths, but this book, I think I added mouths to it. Look at him. He's kind of like a clown alien penis. Sort of, kind of, yeah. It's just strange. It's just one of the strangest books you might ever go out and say, I'm going to purchase this, because it's just weird. Weird. Uh-huh. And him, Mr. Big and Happy. I'm Mr. Big and I'm Mr. Happy. I think he works in a band, like, a marching band. Yeah, that's what I'm getting the groove on. He's probably, I don't know what instrument he plays. I don't know. Just keep going, Deb. Here, I just decided I wanted to blacken his eyes. I haven't touched this photo, our page. Um, I was really like, I was really in a lot of pain when I made this book. So take that into consideration as well. I like the little jellyfish guy. I really love jellyfish. There is a place somewhere on the planet, I can't remember anymore, but the jellyfish actually don't sting. Oh, I okay, I thought I only have one thing on my bucket list. Okay, I have two. I really would love to be in the water and see jellyfish that don't hurt you because I have been stung by a whole swarm of them um, outside of Pensacola, Florida, with my kids, my children, when they were young, very young, and they were heading out of the water, and I'm just screaming. And luckily, I did know the cure for the jellyfish sting, and we did it, and it worked. But whoa, what a sting that is! All right, so definitely, I can see what they are. I don't know. It is what it is, or is it? And then here they are, almost invisible on the page, which creates a real big blank canvas for what are you going to do with them? What you going to do with them? I don't know. If I could run my own school and I could really help kids, I don't know. Maybe not, Deb. Don't go there. But the ones that throw things that are really not motivated, sometimes you got to put something different on the plate to get them going. But this is probably inappropriate. I'm losing it. Yeah, I'd say no, but I don't know. Actually, my students got me started in this because I used a lot of art therapy with them because coloring and simple things, even though they were resistant, they would eventually try it. And then when I say, look, you're getting better and better at this every day. You haven't thrown a single crayon or a marker. I did have to call the police because they threw markers at me from a third floor stairwell. I said, we're not, the principal suggested it. I said, that sounds like a good idea. At least it'll be on the record. If and when they do something really bad, they bombarded my head. It hurt. You ever been hit with a sharp marker? All right, here I played around with, I don't know. So it's a good example. $5, fast and fun, Amazon. Do whatever you want with the little guys. And then here's the smalls on the end. And then that will be it. Yes, that's it. Another's in the column of category of strange and unusual. And I have some strange and unusual books out there. So this one was printed on February 12th in Coppell, Texas, where they really don't care how well the pages get inked. So this one's okay. Wait, maybe the ink thing just like your home printer, it starts getting less. I have no idea, but they really need to fix that problem. Didn't do it here. I understand what it's going on. It's a lot of black ink, especially going from the back side to this side. I get it. I mean, I've had a home printer for many, many years, and I know that sometimes, it just prints for crap. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this cute little giggle book. The Giggle Book. What does it look like on the back? Oh, yeah, it just says, for adults, strange aliens to color. For adults. Yeah. And I thank you for sharing. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for watching other people's YouTubes. I thank you for buying art, things that artists do, and that you support people who at this time in 2021, they can't go out and perform. They can't do this. They can't do that. It was really hit some people a lot more than others. So thanks for helping out people, and be very careful too with who you do contribute your money to, because I'm seeing some things and it's just become this crazy money making racket of all these people who comment on the news, use the clips that other news agencies are using, and then rip and shred them and tell you things that are just not necessarily true, and then they promote their merchandise, and they're really scamming you. All right, just be careful. The scammers are out there, people that aren't going to watch me but ought to. And every so often I put my 2.5 cents in and it's worth more than a damn book. Just be careful. Don't be too generous and be careful who you're being generous to. If they're really young people, tell them to go out there and take online classes. Tell them how they can get financial aid. I did. And I paid off my student loans as well. Yes, I did. Wasn't easy, wasn't fun, never is. But I did it.